Hey guys, welcome to KK Java Tutorials. In previous video tutorial, we talked about stack data structure. We understood all the concepts related to stack and related operations. In this video tutorial, we'll move a little ahead and we'll see how we can implement a stack in Java. So guys, there are a couple of ways you can implement a stack in Java. First, using array, and second, you can implement a stack using linked list as well. So in this video tutorial, we'll see how we can implement a stack using array. Yeah. So here is the project I have already created, and first of all I'm going to create a class. It's called stack. So this is not the stack which is available in java.util package in Java. This is our own stack. Even if you want, you can give the name my stack or something else. So here just I'm keeping the name as a stack only, and package name I'm going to specify com.kkjavatutorials.stack. Yeah. And click on finish. So I have created a class, it's called stack. So as we are going to create a stack using array, so here a couple of things you need to take care. We need to declare first of all what would be the capacity of our stack, right? So just sake for a better understanding, I'm going to assume here my stack is going to hold integer or int data, right? But in real scenario, we will have to implement a stack in some generic manner so that the stack can hold any kind of data type, right? So here first of all, here you have to specify a stack max size or capacity, right? So here I'm going to specify max size, right? And that is the size, max size element which is going to hold by our stack, right? Second thing, what we are going to specify, as we are going to implement a stack using array. So I would say int array, and here you can give a stack array, any array you will have to declare. And then finally, as we discussed in the previous video, a stack all initially point to the basically top, and top will have to initialize with the -1. That I'm not going to initialize over here, but in constructor we can initialize. So I am going to basically create a constructor, go to the source and create constructor, and constructor just I'm going to pass max size, right? So while creating the stack itself, the user has to pass the max size, right? And there I go inside, here I'll do this dot stack array equals to new int, and I'm going to basically create an array of size max, right? And this has to supply by the user. And again I'm going to this dot top, and top in initially stack point to the -1, right? That's it. Now next thing what we are going to do, as we discussed in the previous slide, there are three basic operations basically performed by the stack. First, push, right? So when we want to put an item into the stack, that is called push. And then we have a pop. Pop is nothing but just taking an item from or removing an item from the stack on the top, right? And third basic operation is peek. So that will return the topmost item, right? So let's start with the first of all push. So public void push operation I'm going to implement, right? And here before here we need some auxiliary method, some helping method also we required, right? So here I'm going to write public is public return type of boolean is empty. So this will check whether our stack is empty or not, right? So here what you have to do, here you have to check top equal to -1. That means our stack is empty, right? Now some auxiliary method like public boolean is full, means stack is full or not, that we can check over here, right? So how we can do that? So if a stack is full, here simply you have to go to return, sorry. So these are the just helping method. which is not necessary to implement, but these are the basically method which I am going to use inside basically push before putting item into the basically stack. We have to check if whether a stack is already full or not, right? So how we can check full, whether a stack is full or not? Tell me. So here top here max size, if I do max size -1 equals to top, what do you think? This is going to be a return true when a stack is full. Of course, top points to the -1 initially. If let's say stack size is 5, then this will be incremented 4 times. So max value would be top would be 4, right? And max size is 5. So if here whenever you go get the condition 4 equal to 4, then stack is already full, right? So this is for full. Now let's say here before pushing an item into the basically stack, what we have to check basically, if a stack is already full, if that is the case, then what we have to do, we have to simply throw an exception. We can't push an item into the stack, right? So I will do throw new, right? I would say runtime exception. We can throw runtime exception here, and here I'm going to take this constructor which takes sorry, the runtime exception which takes a string as an argument. So this constructor I'm going to use. So stack is full, just we will print the message stack is full. That's it, right? We cannot push it. Now if that is not the case, then what we have to do in this array, right? In this array we will put item, and top will be incremented by the 1, right? And item, so push of course will take an item, right? Int data, we have to put the data. So just we are putting data into the array, and top is going to increment by 1, right? So this is all about the push. Now let's say how we can implement a pop. So public and pop returns an topmost item, right? Also at the same time that will remove item from the top as well, right? That does the two things. So I'll say pop, right? So before popping an item from stack, what we have to check, whether a stack is empty or not. So first of all we have to check is empty. If that is the case, then you cannot pop an item from the stack, right? Simply we have to throw an exception. So I'll say throw new empty stack exception. This is the Java exception, right? So simply this already existing exception I am using, right? If that is not the case, then what we have to do, we have to do, so we have to take the top item, right? Then what we will do, so here we'll return stack array, yeah, and I would say top minus minus. So this will return top item, and at the same time top will be decremented by 1. So this is popping an item from a stack. Now next thing what we have to do, public int peak, right? Already we had talked in the previous video tutorial. Peak will basically return the topmost item. So but before returning topmost item, what we have to do, first of all check if stack is already empty. That means this is basically showing underflow condition, right? Underflow. So in that case we have to throw an exception. Else what we have to do, return stack array, stack, sorry, a spelling mistake is there I think. So let me, okay, let it be, no problem. So there is just a spelling mistake. So it's this array, and this guy is going to return topmost item from the stack. So simple, yeah. So now almost we have done the implementation. Now I'll go to the client program, and here I'm going to create a stack, right? And import, you can see we should not import from Java tutorial. We have to import from the our own package. So stack equals to new, and let's say I'm going to initialize size as 5. Yeah, and now I'm going to just push item, let's say 10. Let me enter 5 item, so 20, then 30, 40, and then 50. Let's say I'm going to check few things like stack dot is full. So what this guy is saying, this has to return true, right? Because stack is already full. Now let's say I'm going to is empty, so this has to return false, right? So let me run and check it out. So here you can see stack is already full, because already stack capacity is 5 and 5 element already we have inserted, right? Now is empty is returning false because it is not empty, right? It is full. Let's say if I try to enter one more element, let's say 60, then of course this is going to throw something kind of array index out of bound exception, right? Because index is already full, right? So this is throwing an exception. So what you can do, you can call is full method. If this is return false, then you can insert any more element, right? So that's what we require, this kind of method. All right, now what I'll do, I'm going to, let's say, call some other method, stack dot, let's say peak. I'm going to return, so peak is supposed to return 50, right? So this is the peak item, right? Last one to be inserted has to remove first, right? So 50 is going to return, right? Now let's say I'm going to call pop method, right? So pop method I'm going to call, so pop is going to return again 50, and that will remove again, right? That item has to remove, right? And after that, if you call size method, right? Size method stack dot size, that should print 4, right? So I say stack dot size method is not there, so we can define a size method as well, right? So how we can define the size method? So here public int size method you can define as well, so that will show the current size of your stack. So size, how we can define, guys? Size, you can return top plus 1. Is that implementation is correct? I hope so. So if I go here and call the size method, no, sorry, stack dot size, sorry guys. So stack dot size, so size has to print 4. So let me, so size is printing 4. So here first of all we call full, so stack is full, that's why this is returning true. Then is empty is returning false. Then we call the peak item is basically 50, that is returning pop. Then that will return the top item, and at the same time that is going to remove. So as we call the pop one time, so size would be 4, right? So guys, this is the basically implementation of a stack using array, right? So here let's talk about the space and time complexity. So here space and time complexity, let's assume there would be a n number of elements in the stack, right? The complexity of the stack operation with this representation can be a space complexity for n push item would be O of n, right? So every element will take a unity of space, so n item will take O of n space, right? Time complexity of push, so if you look at the push, so what would be the time complexity? Just O of 1, just we are putting elements into the array and incrementing the top. So this push operation would time complexity of push operation O of 1, right? Then time complexity of pop is also O of 1, right? Time complexity of size, just one variable is going to return. So time complexity of basically O of 1 itself, just you required one variable, right? Then time complexity of is empty, right? Is empty, O of 1 itself. Then time complexity of is full, again O of 1. And time complexity of basically pop is O of 1 and time complexity of peak is also O of 1, right? So that's all I wanted to discuss in this video tutorial, guys. As far as source code concerned, I will upload source code on kkjavatutorialsblog.com and you can download from there, guys. Big thank you for watching this video and see you there in the next video.